just driving home after picking up some wrought iron candle holders that you can see in the back at auction, and thinking about a question I get asked: what do you need to get started in eBay reselling? And I think, like so many hobbies or endeavors, when people start to get involved with it, they're thinking about the stuff that you need. What do you need in order to do it? And you need some stuff here, but that's not what you really need. What you really need is abstract and maybe a little bit intangible. But let's talk about the things you need physically first, because they're really simple. You don't need much. The most important thing you need, and I bet you have one, you might be using it now, is a phone with a web browser on it, so that you can download the eBay app, and you can, when you're in the thrift store, at the yard sale, the garage sale, you can look up what things are selling for on eBay, looking up comps, so you know if what you're looking at is worth picking up, that you're gonna be able to make a profit on it. So you need that. Then you need a printer, so you can print off mailing labels. You can print labels from your phone, which I think is a little clunky, or if you've got a laptop or a desktop, you can print them that way. So that's it. You need a printer. Any kind of printer will do. Maybe eventually, if you're doing this a lot, you're going to want a thermal printer, like a Dymo, but that's not for now. Then you're going to need shipping supplies, and you get a lot of these for free. If you buy stuff on Amazon, you're going to get all sorts of boxes and envelopes. You just save them and reuse them. And the type of stuff you're going to need is going to be dependent upon what you're selling. If you're selling printers, you need big boxes. If you're selling clothes, you need lots of envelopes. And then you will need tape. And tape and boxes of packing materials, you can get at Staples, so you can get them online. And then you're going to need a Sharpie, because when you're reusing shipping materials, it'll have envelopes and other stuff on it that was, when it was sent to you, you need to mark that out. So that's the stuff you need. That's it. That's really it. But the intangible thing is what you really need, and that's knowledge. Because when you're getting started in eBay reselling, you have no idea, generally, when you walk into that thrift store, that garage sale, or that yard sale, what anything is worth. It's a giant mystery to you, probably. Maybe you know one or two things, but for the most part, you're standing there in that thrift store going, oh, there's so much, and it could all be valuable. So where you really have to put in the effort and the time to get something is the knowledge. That's the most important part. The stuff is simple. And the way you are going to get the knowledge is twofold. One, you are going to watch lots of videos on YouTube by various eBay resellers that are talking about what it is they've bought and what it is they have sold. Obviously, you can watch some of my videos. That'd be fantastic. And by the way, if you like these videos, be sure to give it a like. The good deed for the day. I'd appreciate it. But watch other YouTubers as well. Harry Tornado is one that I've learned from. Osborne to Thrift, I've mentioned before. Homeschooling Picker is a good one. Osborne to Thrift is probably the one I learned the most from. Now, he hasn't posted a new video in probably a year, but if you're just getting started, his old videos are fantastic. So that's how you're going to learn one way. The second way you're going to learn is to just block out some time, walk into that thrift store, figure out what niches you want to work in. You probably already know. Do you want clothing? Do you want electronics? And just go to that section of the thrift store, pick stuff up, and start looking it up on your eBay app, looking up comps. Does this sell? Does that not sell? And that's how you're going to learn, and that's how you're going to figure it out. And the problem is, that's work. To actually sit down and spend the time watching the videos and learning, and spending the time standing in a thrift store. When I first started out, there were a few times where I spent 3 hours in Goodwill just looking stuff up. Now, I'm not saying you need to spend 3 hours, but get your rear end in there and just start looking stuff up, and you'll start to figure it out. And then eventually you get the thrifter eyeball, the thrifter eye, where you can walk into a thrift store, walk into the sections that you like, and scan the shelves. And within 5 minutes, you can have hit all the sections that you and know that there's something there of value or not there of value. I go to the kitchen appliances. I go to the small electronics like cameras and routers and things of that nature. I go to the big electronics, and I go to office supplies. And if there is nothing there for me to look up, I can be literally in there 5 to 7 minutes and know that I didn't probably didn't miss anything. You never know everything, and maybe there's something, but I know the things that I'm looking for, and you can just burn in and burn out, and it's super fast. And that's what you're shooting for. And that takes time and experience. And so that's what you really need when you're getting started reselling, is knowledge. That's the way you're going to get it, is putting in the time. So until next time, happy thrifting.
If you are an eBay reseller or thinking of becoming one because of debt, you should check out the Financial Acumen course, as seen on World Business with Kathy Ireland. The Financial Acumen course is designed to teach you all the things you never learned about money, debt, and investments in school, but should have. It teaches you how to take control of your finances with proven principles and strategies to get out of debt and build your retirement nest egg for a wealthy lifestyle. The course is fully narrated and includes videos and animations along with exercises and assignments that are supported by a downloadable workbook. And I spent an afternoon discussing it with supermodel turned businesswoman Kathy Ireland. You can see that conversation over at yourdebtfreefuture.com. The course is not giving financial advice. It is simply teaching concepts that will supercharge your financial literacy and make you more money savvy. To get started, head over to yourdebtfreefuture.com. Until next time, happy thrifting.